Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to 117 and also 118 of Build the Terminator.
The Terminator, week by week, built the T-800, the killing machine that defined a generation. Easy to build with high-quality metal components. You can control sound, lights, articulated limbs, and LED eyes, and explore the Terminator universe. Build the Terminator, issue 1, just $199.
So welcome back everyone, and we now are on 117 and 118, and like I said in the last video, today working on fitting the battery box, the circuit board cover, and also the final two parts for the back of the base, the felt covers basically. So not a great deal to do, however we will be adding on the lower part of the support pole. So Terminator's getting closer to finally standing up after all this bloody time. So I'm going to start straight away, going to show you the parts and then we'll get started. Okay, so starting 117, we have the edging for the battery box there, so that plastic part. Obviously the battery box itself. Then moving over, we have, these are the 4 brackets, so 4 metal brackets you'll need. Got quite a lot of screws and whatnot, so you've actually got 5 PB 3x6mm screws, 9 PM 3x6mm, and also 9 M3 nuts. And of course you've got your backing panel. All you need for this one are the 4, you need 4 C-type batteries, which I have, and also the circuit board cover, screwdriver, and that's it. For 118, like I mentioned already, we've got the lower part for the stand there. We've also got a couple other parts, so we've got, let me double check, so these are the stand inserts, there's little metal parts. You've got 5 PM 3x30mm screws, so 35, sorry. In this bag here, you've got 5 M3 nuts and 9 PB 3x6mm screws. Of course, you've got your backing panel as well, and you've also got the adhesive pads here. So I don't know what they're for just yet, but I'll find out soon enough. Obviously for this, you apparently might be beneficial to have some tweezers or fine nose pliers to help with tightening the nuts, and a crosshead screwdriver. Okay, so first of all, we're going to be fitting in the batteries to obviously the battery unit, and pretty simple, self-explanatory, plus and minus for the batteries, and you know, that's not rocket science. That's pretty obvious where they're going. And in case you don't know, there's always a plus and minus on the inside, so telling you what way to have them. So once that's done, you're going to take the actual edging part and you're going to pop that over the top. So I'm just double checking I've got the right orientation for that, because that's the cover for it. So it's obviously going to hide it all from the side. So where that little tab is on the inside, that's just going to come under like that, and it pops over to hold it into place. Okay, so once you've got that all on and the battery's in place, you're going to make sure you put it over in this manner, because you don't actually want to see the battery, so it must be facing down like that, otherwise you haven't done it correctly. So once we've done that, we actually need to thread up the wires. That was steps 1 to 4. This is going to be steps 5 to 8. So it's pretty obvious which one it's going to go into. There's only one left at the top there, so that's the one that we're going to pop that through. So the battery will now supply power to the circuit board. So just double check that's in there. There you go. Okay, so now we're going to take our cover backing panel from this issue, and we're going to pop it over the section where the actual switches and where the battery cover's just gone on. So just going to align that up like so. Obviously a gap will be there, but that's obviously where the circuit board is going to be going. So get that into place, and then just like before, you're going to use the same screws, so that's the PB ones, 3x6mm, to secure those into place. Okay, I'm just securing that last screw now, and once that's done I can move on to step 8, working with the heavy back panel. That's how that should be looking at that point. Okay, so taking note as to where the actual holes are, you want to be starting from these lower two here. Obviously these holes here you ignore completely. The actual metal brackets, they fit onto those holes there. So let me just thread that on so I can show you. You're going to take two of the PM 3x6mm screws, and you're going to screw them from underneath and then secure them on top with the M3 nuts. It says not to over tighten them at the moment, so I'm just going to pop those screws through and then fix the nuts on into place. So hopefully it won't be too fiddly. If it will, I might go off camera for a minute or two. So I'm just going to secure that a little bit before I start screwing on. I think it should be okay without any tweezers or anything. I should get away with it. So hopefully it'll be easy enough. So that's how that's looking there. So I'm just going to screw from underneath to secure those into place. And just hold on to the nuts, they don't move too much. Right, so issue 118 and today's final issue for what we need to do. So first of all, steps 1 to 3, we're going to take the backing panel, so for the circuit board, this part here, and we're going to fix the lower part of the bracket for the Terminator to that. So when you're lining this up, these holes here, if you can see them, they need to be facing away from you. So, and you'll see here that there are 2 holes, and that's where we're going to fit those PM 3x35mm screws to secure the Terminator into place. So you just need to align that up, and then once you're happy with it, you can secure them with the actual screws. So you need 4 screws for this part, and like I said, just make sure that it's in line and do not force it. You want to get this right, so don't rush it. Make sure they're properly in line. You don't want to get a crosshead or anything like that. So just trying to get the first one into place. So that's gone through, and I'll get another one before I secure. So I'm going to get all the screws in line first before I actually start securing them. So please bear with me, because this bit's a little bit tricky and also quite difficult to film. So obviously I'm doing it from the back, but so you can see from your perspective how it looks. I'm trying not to lose my base in the process. Okay, so you can see the screws have come right through to the other side of those brackets, and now what you need some of your nuts, your M3 nuts, and obviously that's what's going to secure them from the other side of those screws. Otherwise nothing will stay in place. So like I did before, I'm going to pop them on, screw them on as far as I can before I need to hold them down with the screw to fix them into place. So I'll just do this one quickly, and then I'll go off camera for a minute, do the others, and then come back to you. Okay, so once you've done that, that's how it's going to be looking on there. And now what we're going to do, we're going to come from underneath the base, and we're actually going to thread these parts of the poles into these 2 holes here. So it's going to go through there and obviously then cover that circuit board. So I'm just going to do that now. So just be very careful of those wires, obviously. Okay, so it's a bit of a tight fit. So you can see how that's just come through there. and from the back how it's covering the circuit board now. So I'm just going to spin that back round, because what we want to do now is actually secure that circuit board into place. And for this part, you're obviously going to take 4 of the PB 3x6mm screws, and just to add, these are steps 4 to 6. So I'm really hopeful that my circuit board is not damaged from all this process, and all the wires are in the correct position and they're in properly, because I really don't want to have to take this part again just to mess around to get the lights and the sound working, because I'm hopeful that everything's going to work first time. But if it doesn't, I'll have to go back to it and correct it. But fingers crossed, wish me luck, and there'll be no issues there. So just secure that last one now, and that'll be that part done. The circuit board is covered, and the lower part of the support stand for the Terminator has been locked into place. Okay, so for the final part, steps 7 to 9. First, we're going to take the final backing panel, and you're going to put that into place like so. So the jigsaw has been complete. What we want to do now, we're going to take 3 of the PB 3x6mm screws, that's those black ones, and very simply secure that into place whilst trying not to lose my screwdriver. And then once we've done that, those adhesive pads, I now know what we're going to do with them. We're just popping them in the corner next to those screws that we've just put in. So each screw that's on the corner here, you're going to put that adhesive pad next to it. So whatever the reason is for that, I don't know, but maybe just to protect something, we'll see, or to take some sort of pressure off, I'm not sure. But I'm just going to put that last screw in now. That's looking quite nice. That's how it's looking for the moment. So the adhesive pads are here. I'm just going to peel them off and pop them into place. So like I said, they're going to be next to each screw. So a bit of cushion for the heavy Terminator. And then once we've done that, we're going to spin this base round, put it the right way back up, and we just need to work on those inserts for the lower part of the poles. So let's spin it around for you so you've got a better look. So you can see where the holes are. What you're going to take the little U-shape bits of metal, and they actually fit through. So they're going to slide through, and then the circular part will go through that. So I'm just going to do that now. So those two inserts, you essentially need to squeeze them into a U-shape, like so. So that way you'll be able to push them through, and that part there will go through the hole. So I'm just going to use my screwdriver to guide that bit in, because it's a bit tricky to see really, because I just need it to pop through that hole, and as this is so high, it's difficult to film in my normal way. So you see that that's just popped through there. So that's the first one. Let's do the other one. So again, bend that into a U shape, then I'll be able to thread that through from the top. And again, I'm just going to use the screwdriver to guide that in. And then once we've done that, guys and girls, that is that issue complete, and 117, 118 complete. Only 2 more to go. There we go, so that's that done. Okay, so issue 117 to 18, that's how the base is looking. So I'm going to spin him around so you can see how it's looking there from that side, and also from underneath. All that is locked into place. So when I actually have it facing this way, the poles, well, the pin parts are facing on the back, Now, I'm not sure if that's right. And if that's the case, I'm going to have to spin it around again. But I'm hoping it's not a problem. But if it is, I'll work it out. But nonetheless, that's how it's looking at this point. So, guys and girls, hope you liked today's video. If you did, as always, please remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And I'll be seeing you very soon for the final, the finale, the final 2 issues of Build the Terminator.